With the 2024 NHL Draft just 6 days away, it's time for my complete first round final mock draft. Hey everybody, I'm Rick. Welcome in. There are changes from my first draft. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Please enjoy the video and let's get started. San Jose leads off with the first pick, and without a doubt they're taking Macklin Celebrini, a center, 6 feet, 190 pounds, played for Boston University in the NCAA. He's in a tier by himself. The Shore, without a doubt, number one pick. Outstanding rookie season in the NCAA, 32 goals, 32 assists, 64 points in 38 games. Has all the tools and ability to be an elite franchise player. He'll be an offensive powerhouse. At pick number 2, Chicago. I think they take Ivan Demidov. He's a forward, 6 feet, 192 pounds, high floor, high ceiling, has top-line elite forward potential, high-level skill set, plays with pace, offensive hockey sense is off the charts, has 1 year left in Russia, and has already said he'll be in North America in 25-26. At number 3 is Anaheim. I think Anaheim's going to take a defenseman, without a doubt, a right-handed one, and that is Artyom Levshunov, 6'2", and I didn't write down his weight. The Ducks are almost certainly looking for a defenseman to replace Jamie Drysdale. Levshunov is a top-pairing defenseman, even strength and power play, highly coveted, and will go high in the draft without a doubt. With 9 goals, 26 assists for 35 points in 38 games as a rookie in the NCAA with Michigan State. He's an offensive defenseman that should work well with all that talent up front that the Ducks have. Needs a little work on his D, but nothing to worry about. Can be physical when needed. Good on the rush. At number 4, Columbus Blue Jackets. They've already said they're going to be looking for size up front. And they're going to be taking Caden Lindstrom, center, 6'4", 216 pounds. He's another high-floor, high-ceiling player. Missed some development time due to a couple of injuries last season, and the herniated disc is a concern, but shouldn't stop teams from drafting him. A goal-scoring power forward, Columbus is looking for. Size up the middle to pair with number 1 Adam Fantilli that they got last year, and give a huge 1-2 punch on the top 2 lines. Lindstrom fits the bill perfectly. At number 5 is Montreal, and Montreal is selecting, as my gut feeling has said for a couple of months, Tidge Iginla, a forward, 6 feet, 185 pounds. Montreal is looking for a scoring winger with upside, and Tidge seems perfectly made for what Montreal is missing in the top 6. Great pedigree with his dad being Hockey Hall of Famer Jerome Iginla. Tidge is his own player, though. With superior puck skills, great determination, smooth hands, and a quick release. His floor is top 6, and first-line wing is his ceiling. Grew up on Daddy's knee, and Daddy did a great job raising him. Next up, we have Utah, the Utah Hockey Club. That's their name. They're going to take a defenseman, in my opinion, and they're going to take Zeev Buyum. The new Utah franchise, previously they were the Arizona Coyotes, needs a little of everything. I think they take American defenseman Buyum. He's 6 feet, 186 pounds, solid defensively, had 11 goals, 39 assists for 50 points, so he's very capable offensively too. A top-pairing defenseman deployed in all situations, considered a better defensively Lane Hudson. So to me, that's high praise. A great add, I think, for Utah here. At number 7 is the Ottawa Senators. I'm giving them, I think they take quality defenseman Sam Dickinson of the London Knights. Ottawa, will they trade the pick? I don't know. There's rumors out there that they might. So if they do pick here, I think they grab Dickinson. He's a defenseman, 6 foot 3 inches, 203 pounds, 70 points in 68 games played. Projected as a top pairing guy deployed in all situations, will chew up minutes. Potential to be an elite offensive defenseman. Significant offensive improvement in his draft year with 52 assists among his 70 points. Next, we have number 8, and that is the Seattle Kraken. Seattle takes Beckett Seneca. He's a forward, considered a possible boom or bust. I didn't write down the team he plays for. He's a prospect with a very high ceiling. But the floor isn't as high as some of the other guys here, like we're talking like Demidov, Lindstrom, Ginla, but his ceiling is very high. He was 5 feet 10 inches 2 years ago, but he's grown 5 inches since to be 6 feet 3 inches. He's got high offensive potential, plays with pace, a big threat off the rush, protects the puck and can carry it coast to coast, gets pucks to the net, an impact player, good on the power play from the weak side or the bumper position. This is a guy that if Montreal would pick him, I'd be very happy as well. Beckett Seneca, one of the fastest risers in this draft. The problem is the boomer bust type thing. I don't think he drops far from Montreal, and he's going to go to Seattle at 8. Calgary steps up to the podium at number 9, and they take Zane Parekh, a defenseman, 6 feet, 178 pounds from the Saginaw Spirit of the OHL. In 66 games last season, 33 goals, 63 assists, 96 points, and a plus 39. Purely offensive defenseman, plays a bit like a forward. I heard it described as like an offenseman, which isn't really a word, but he plays a different style. He drives the play and he can take risks at times. A solid power play quarterback, needs to work on his D a bit. I see a lot of comparisons out there to Erik Karlsson for him. A top pairing transitional D is his projection. At number 10, New Jersey steps up to the podium and selects Carter Yakimchuk, a defenseman, also 6 feet, 3 inches, 202 pounds from the Calgary Hitmen of the WHL. 66 games last year, 30 goals, 41 assists, 71 points. He was a -6. I don't think the Hitmen were a great team. Projected as a second pair, all situations type of defenseman. Skilled and speedy, physical presence around the net, scores off the rush, and also from shots from the blue line on the power play. Accurate shot that is heavy. At number 11, we got Buffalo. Buffalo has been taking defensemen in the last few drafts, I believe, in the first round. I think they go forward here, and they're going to take Konsta Helenius, a 5'11", 190-pound forward from Jukurit in Finland's Elite League. That means he's been playing versus men. Highly skilled, play driver, excellent skater, makes good reads, good in all three zones, creative and hard to defend against, makes plays and wins board battles. Projects as a second-line offensive forward with a 200-foot game. This brings us to the Philadelphia Flyers at number 12, where I think they select Berkeley Catton, a forward, I think a center mainly, 5'11", 170 pounds from the Spokane Chiefs of the WHL. Projects as a second-line forward, a strong skater, excels at all facets of the game. He put up 116 points last season, including 54 goals. On the small side, at 170 pounds, he'll need to bulk up a bit before hitting the NHL. With news that Matvei Michkov is coming over for 24-25 season, and I do believe it is official now, the Flyers might try to trade up and pick one of the top D prospects. And Catton could also very easily go a little higher too, but we'll see how that works out. At number 13, we have the Minnesota Wild. I think they are taking a defenseman in Anton Silayev from Russia. He is 6'7", 211 pounds. He's a giant at 6'7" and is very agile and mobile for such a big player. He projects as a top pairing shutdown defenseman, a good matchup type, moves pucks, moves the puck, and has some unlocked offensive potential in there as well. How much? Some. So Salayev is probably ranked a little higher than this. I kind of think he's the one that's going to drop down a little bit. So Salayev at 13. At 14, got San Jose making their second pick of the first round, and I think they select Cole Yzerman. He's a forward who is 6 feet, 197 pounds from the USNTDP. 57 games, scored 58 goals, 31 assists, 89 points. So that's more than just a little tiny bit above a goal a game. Not a point a game, but a goal a game. So he is a pure shooter, goal scorer, a la Montreal's Cole Caulfield, but much more one-dimensional. He has the best shot in the draft. That's what they consider. He's high risk, but high reward. He needs work on most other parts of his game and could take longer to reach the NHL. He is fast enough and big enough for the NHL, so he just needs to work on those other things. Projects as a second-line goal scorer and a power play shooter. Would give San Jose much-needed offense when he arrives to go along with Celebrini, but, they need offense from everywhere. At pick number 15 is Detroit. I'm going to say this before I say Detroit's and St. Louis's. I had these two guys, but I had them flipped in my first mock draft. I think it might still go that way, but I've kind of changed them here. So Detroit picks Michael Brandsäg Nygard, a forward from Mara in Sweden's second division. 6'1", 207 pounds. In 40 games, he only scored 8 goals, 9 assists for 17 points, but projects as a second-line forward. Primary offense potential. Steps up in the playoffs. Strong, solid hockey body. Plays at a pro pace. Smart, skilled, competitive. I think a good fit for Detroit's top six. Gives them a bit of a different look. Good shooter when in motion and off the rush. And that brings us to number 16, the last of the teams that didn't make the playoffs, and that is St. Louis. I think St. Louis takes Liam Greentree. He's a forward, 6'2", 215 pounds from Windsor Spitfires of the OHL. In 64 games, he had 36 goals, 54 assists for 90 points. He is a goal scorer shooter that can make plays. Size, strength, skill, works hard and is difficult to defend. He was the best player on a pretty poor Spitfires team, making his numbers a bit more impressive. So here are the rest of the first round picks. Thanks for watching. If you like this, give a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please share this video.